If you've clicked on this video, I'm going to assume that you're interested in prepping and mutual assistance groups and things of this nature. I'm not a content creator on YouTube, nor do I aspire to be one. I am simply using YouTube as a tool to hopefully find some like-minded people out there who would be interested in forming a community. I don't really know what to call what I want to form. Doesn't really fit under any of the labels that are out there. It's not a mutual assistance group, although I do want us to assist and help each other. And it's not an alternative or what do they call them? Intentional communities like Twin Oaks and Running Rabbit or whatever those places. Those communities where you move to that place and you all work together. That's not what I want either. I think both of these examples have a lot of flaws, and I'm afraid that these people are setting themselves up for failure. I don't say that with judgment. I say that with concern. I'm not trying to be critical. The intentional communities, I don't think they're even concerned with crap hitting the fan situations. But the mutual assistance groups, the MAG groups, at least those people understand that you should always be prepared. So I give them props for that, and they are at least attempting to do something and be prepared. But that isn't, a MAG group is not what I'm interested in. A MAG group, just so that we're all on the same page, a mutual assistance group in my mind is a group of people that have come together, they've decided to work together, they have a piece of land to go to, and they have plans. They get together once a month, they work on scenarios and training, and they pool resources, and they have this plan that when the crap hits the fan, they're all going to go to this piece of property and help each other out and get through the hard times. Then that's a good idea. But I think there's some flaws with those. I think that plan is a plan for failure. And for several reasons. And like I said, I'm not being judgmental to those people that want to do that and who are doing that. I applaud them and admire them for doing something. That's more than what most people are doing. The intentional groups, the intentional communities, people may or may not know what those are. I've been studying those for a couple of decades now, and they all seem to have the same flaws. You have some people that stay in the community for long periods of time, but on average, someone joins the community, they're there for 5 years and they move on. It's a rotating door. It's not a true community. It's an escape. And like my grandma used to say, they're playing house. They're not really doing it. They're not really doing what they claim. They're just pretending that they are. They're going through the motions, but they're not really accomplishing what they set out to accomplish. So, that being said, this is what I want to do. I would like to buy a large piece of property, 100+ acres, out in the middle of nowhere, preferably in the Ozarks, but I'm also thinking maybe Tennessee, or eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky, that area, but preferably the Ozarks. And we will be buying land pretty soon. I would like to find 10 families. I say that loosely because you can't have too many people. If you have too many people in the community, then you don't have the means to build those close-knit relationships that we would want. We would want us all to be close-knit, like extended family. But if you have too few people, then you wouldn't be able to accomplish the goal, which the goal is to become self-sustaining, self-sufficient, self-reliant. Personally, I can't stand the word sustainability or sustainable, because the United Nations and Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 have took that word and made it something evil. So I don't really like using that word. But to be self-reliant. I don't know who, if anyone, will be watching this video, but as we speak, they're working on the new normal. And in this new normal, the food industry is going to be destroyed. We have a famine coming. It will be an intentional famine. And then when you get to the other side of the famine, the food industry will never be the same. All in the name of saving the earth, climate change, climate control. They're wanting to do away with farming as we know it, which the family farm is dying anyway. That's been going on. But they don't want farming at all. We can have our own little individual conversations about why I think that is and why you may or may not agree with it, but the proof is out there. If you don't know what's going on, look up Ice Age Farmer on YouTube. That's Ice, I-C-E, Age, A-G-E, Farmer. He's a journalist. He's really good at what he does. And his topic is the farming industry, the food industry. And the things that are going on is appalling. So anyway, back to what I envision. So 100+ acres of land, paid for. Find 10, roundabout, give or take, 10 families. Right about 40 people, 40 to 50 people, adults and children, total, 40 to 50 people total. Everybody gets a piece of this land. It's yours. It's not like the intentional communities where everything's owned by the community and the individual owns nothing. That's hogwash. No, you own your piece of property, but you're part of this community. You're an extended family. We're not just neighbors. We are extended family, and that's how we should treat each other. Um, you own your own property. You own your own tools. Whole 9 yards. But we come together and we work on providing for ourselves. Um, we all grow gardens, but we don't grow everything. I would grow these crops, you would grow those crops, the next family would grow the next crops, because it's a whole lot easier for each family to grow a whole lot of a few different crops than it is to grow a little bit of a whole lot of different crops. So we divide that up. We get organized, and so and so grows the corn, so and so grows the green beans. Of course, we'd have to grow more than one crop, obviously, but this helps. Um, Cattle, cows, milk, that would take probably 3 different families. 3 different families working together, um, taking care of the cattle for milk and meat. So we work it out so that each of us get maybe 1 cow each year. We butcher it ourselves. We raise it ourselves. We butcher it ourselves. Process it ourselves. Milk. Probably take more than 3 families. I don't know. We have to sit down and organize it together. Chickens. I think somebody's here. Okay, sorry about that. Chickens, same thing. We figure up how many chickens we need, how many eggs do we need, and we raise that many chickens on our own. There will be a nice running big creek on this property. There are designs out there for turning old washing machines into generators to generate electricity. Between those and solar panels, we should be able to be self-reliant as far as electricity goes. Wells, we'll all have a well. Each family will have their own well. Even wells out in the field for the cattle and stuff. Whatever it is we need to do, we will do it. A little bit like the Amish. I keep forgetting about that. You know how the Amish come together when it comes time to build houses? We all get together and help build the homes. We can do it. If you can read, you can build a house. You just have to have the people. You have to have the manpower. Amish put up a house and put up a barn in no time. Well, that's the type of thing I would like for us to do. Have a couple of tractors, but we all share them. That the Smith family is part of the community, and the Smith family owns a tractor. I don't own a tractor, but I need to till my field. I will go talk to the Smith family, and there's no bartering. It's not bartering, because I need to till my field so I can grow crops for us. For us. So, I need to use the tractor. Now, but it's their tractor. They own it. It's not mine. But let's say, okay, I borrow the tractor, I till it. Say they're tilling theirs and the tractor breaks down, but they don't have the money to fix it. We all pitch in. Say it's $150, or make it easy. It's $100 to fix it. We all pitch in $10 and fix the tractor. Maybe Mr. Smith doesn't know how to fix it, but Mr. Jones does. So Mr. Jones and his son go over and help Mr. Smith fix the tractor. These are the things that I'm talking about doing. And yes, I want us to live on the property. I understand that some people think that they can't leave the city because of their jobs. Well, let me ask you, if you didn't have a house payment, and you didn't have an electric bill, and you didn't have a water bill, and majority of your food you grew yourself, could you leave your job in the city? This is what I envision. And I've yet to find anybody, anywhere, that is doing this. The intentional communities, the alternative lifestyle communities that are out there, this is how they do it. Those communities are set up like this. The community, which is a created thing, the community owns everything. So the people really have no value, have no authority, they have nothing. The people can be tossed away because there's somebody else that'll come along. The community, the community entity, has all the power. That's not right. There's no way you could ever make that work. But the burdens belong to the individual. The burdens belong to the individual. Our community, the resources belong to the people. You own your own resources. You own them. They're yours. That's your tractor. That's your house. That's your land. It's yours. But your burden belongs to the community. Why? Because you're growing me green beans and corn. You're milking the cow every day so my family can have milk. It's in my best interest that you're doing okay. Do you see the difference? And if you have a tractor, but you don't let the community use it when they need it, then you've just caused the community to not be able to produce those goods that you're going to need. It's not in your best interest. It's not in your best interest to say, no, you can't use my tractor. And the minute you do that, you've done destroyed your position in the community anyway. I don't see why anybody would do that. When the burden belongs to the community, but the individual has the resources, it gives you incentive to get along. If you own the tractor, it's in my best interest to get along with you, because I'm going to need to use your tractor. It's in your best interest to get along with me because I'm going to be growing a certain crop, and So it's in your best interest to get along with me and let me use the tractor so I can grow your green beans and your corn for this year. You see how it works? If, somebody gets sick and they're laid up, well, no big deal. We just let everybody know, and everybody divides up that person's chores for the time that they're sick. And think about the things we can do. I mean, we can have cookouts together. It's not just about the work, but we will play together too. We can have cookouts and bonfires and, you know, sing-alongs and for those Christians, which I would imagine most preppers are Christian, we can even worship together. How wonderful would that be? I think YouTube will only let me upload 10 minutes. I'm not sure about that, but I don't know how long this video is. I'm just shooting from the hip. I don't have a script. I didn't write anything down. But I will make a series of these videos explaining some things. If anybody happens to see it and you're interested, you want to know more, look in the description box. I will put my email address there. Just shoot me an email and we'll connect and we'll talk. Okay? And I really wished I already knew people, because I would like the people to have a say in where the land is bought, in what area. We are going to be equals in this. And no, I don't want to hear equality. No. We are equal with respect and consideration for one another. But no, you're going to be better at some things than I am. But there's going to be things I'm better at than you are. Because we're not all the same. Thank God, right? Thank God we're not all equal. The same. That would not work. So, I think that's all I'm going to do for this video. I hope this makes sense. Any questions, leave them down below. Or if you're really interested and would like to talk one-on-one, shoot me an email. Thanks, y'all.